Right, so sorry everyone. Hello. Right, I'll start again. Right, I keep doing this every time I'm on my own. I forget to add myself to the stage. Right, hello Scotty. Hello everyone. Right, now what I was doing there for the first 5 minutes. So sorry about that. I was trying to organise getting the streaming also going to my X account, which it now is. I believe there was a bit of an error at first, and while I was doing that, I'd forgotten to add myself to the stage. Is it all right now? Scotty noticed that. WJM was there as well. PK, is that Peter K? Hello. First sign of madness, talking to yourself, bro. Oh yeah. Well, I do that every day, don't I? I'm not to myself, but anyway. Right, I'm here on my own, I think, because maff is doing real work apparently. All right. WJ, I've been struggling to find good trades with Quadzilla this week. Yeah, so have I actually. I must admit. I think it's because the price hasn't been doing much. Maybe we'll have a look in a moment, see what we can find. I think when I looked last, I think Ethereum might be the one to go for, but we can take a look at that in a moment. Real work. Oh, those were the days. I know. I used to have a real job. I used to work in London, and I did it for, God, how long was it? It was, I think, about 12 years, I think. And then I remember like the day, because we were like a little print company in London, well, photo typesetting really, and I used to work shift work, so I'd do like either a late or an early shift. And there was another guy starting on the same day as me who would do the opposite shift. So if I did an early, he'd do the late. If he did the late, I'd do the early. We started at the same time. We were both graduates from uni, and started on the same day, pretty much the same age as well. And we started on the same rate. And then when we got made redundant, on the very last day, we all went around the pub, and I remember the other guy saying, it was great to get X amount as the lump sum for the redundancy." And I was like, "I didn't get that much." And he said, "No, it should do. It should be on the same rate as me." And he said, "Let's go and have a word with the boss." So we went over to the boss, and we said, how come Save's on a different rate to Cliff?" And he said, "Well, he has been for the last 3 years." And I was like, "Why is that?" He said, "'Cause your attitude stinks." And it's the first time I've ever actually left a pub without finishing my pint, but I kind of I took one last sip of it, put it on the table, walked out of that pub, and I thought, I'm never going to have a real job ever again, because they put me on a different rate and they hadn't told me why. And I still don't know actually why, really. But yeah, they're probably right. My attitude probably did stink. Scotty saying, I ate late shifts, dragged like hell. Well, actually, working in the print was quite good, because I used to start at 2:30 in the afternoon, and then if it was a good day, we'd be finished by about 8 or 9 in the evening. So I'd be able to get home, and I'd usually go for a quick beer in the pub before I went to bed. That was good, but it was a pain in the arse when it went over midnight, and I was getting home at like 1 o'clock in the morning, that kind of thing. That was a bit rubbish. Anyway, it's all in the past now. Scotty saying market's going to be flat today, I reckon. Only half-day trading on NYSE. Yeah, I know, and I think that's part of the reason. WJM might be find it hard to find trades with Quadzilla this week. But we'll have a look. No way, it's criminal. Yeah, I know. I honestly, it's just, and because I worked in the print, it was all controlled by the union. So it was like, the wage, the money was the rate. So it was the GPMU, the Graphical Paper and Media Union, and we should have been on the same rate. And it's kind of pretty criminal that we weren't. And I actually think that was illegal. Actually, I don't know. Anyway, but I didn't want to speak to the people ever again, so that was the end of that, really. Anyway, look, I need to do something because of I'm worried about YouTube's AI algorithm that's here to detect things. So I'm just going to run this for a second. Please note that this content is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not financial advice. Any information or opinions provided are not guaranteed to be accurate or complete. Always conduct your own research before making any financial decisions. A full legal disclaimer is in the description of each video and live stream. Okay, and that is true. Is all down in the description. So if you're listening, Mr. AI algorithm from YouTube, there's nothing dangerous here. It is all financial entertainment, if you like. Yeah, but there you go. Cool. Right, let's have a look at the charts anyway. So this is Bitcoin. Let's get rid of that. So this is on the 1 minute. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. I mean, it's looking all right, isn't it? It's looking like it might go up a little bit, and it's generally what we've been talking about. You know, is the idea that we might sort of go up a little bit more, possibly to that 108 kind of level that me and Maff keep talking about all the time. And you know, if we do at that point, if we do form a lower high, then we might come down quite a lot. I did look into what I was talking about yesterday, which let me just get rid of. No, I'll leave that there for the time being. I hang on. Let me just get my other computer up so I can see the comments. Okay. Okay, brilliant. I did look back at what I was talking about yesterday. I don't know if you remember or if you were here or not, but I was talking about what Eric Crown was talking about. And he was talking about looking on the 1 month time frame for Bitcoin. And let's go to the index chart, because that's going to be better for data, isn't it? Okay. What did I put that orange line there for? I can't remember now. I really must get into the habit of labeling things. I don't know why I put it there, but obviously, I don't know. I can't remember why. Anyway, so what he was talking about was the monthly MACD. So if you go here, MACD. So what he was saying is that we got this little bit, let's make it bigger. We got this like MACD on the monthly going negative here, right? Now that in the history of Bitcoin has been negative a few times, but not many. Is it worth talking about that first one? Maybe not. Let's just drop some horizontal lines in here. So there's that one there. That was, let's make it red. Red. Maybe more of a, maybe more of a crimson-y. Is that crimson? I don't know, pink or whatever. Anyway, so it was that one there on the 1st of August 2014. Right. And there was this one here on the 1st of July. It's weird. Oh, of course, it's the 1st, isn't it? Because it's the first day of the month. 1st of July 2018. And then there's this one here on the 1st of January 2022. And then there's this current one here, which, if the price of Bitcoin doesn't go over about 97K before the end of the month, which is, what's that, Sunday, is it? Was it 28 today? 30 days of September. Okay, 30 days. And so Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. Oh, that's interesting. So it's a month end and it's a weekend. And yeah, okay. And it's also the day after the end of a holiday weekend for the US as well, isn't it? So let's just put that in there. Okay. So what happened with these? Should I have put that first one in, do you reckon? Maybe I should. It's hard to see when it is. It's not really relevant, is it? Well, let's do it anyway. So that was the 1st of July, 2012. Okay. Right, let's get rid of that now. Let's make a bit of space. Oh, don't mean to do that. Oh, obviously, yeah, because I put it on the MACD thing, didn't I? All right. Okay. Can I just minimize that? I'll do that here, don't I? Cool. That's what I wanted. So let's look at this one here. So I hadn't really planned this at all, actually. Well, this one here wasn't that bad, was it? In fact, it wasn't bad at all. The price actually went up from $6.61 up to $9.37. God, imagine Bitcoin at those prices. Okay, that's what happened there. This one here, not so good. Look at this one. So that there, the July candle closed negative. And at this point, the MACD had gone negative, and then there was a very big drop, wasn't there? There was a big drop down from there down to 72%. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so that happened there. Is it really 72%? This one here, so Sunday the 1st of July, was that really going negative there? Let me bring it back. Okay. So when that candle started, actually there was an increase, wasn't there? There was an increase of like 23%, but then it came down 49%. Yeah. Interesting. All right. And then this one here, this candle started there, didn't it? And that was, so that candle started on January. Yeah, it's January to February, isn't it? 2022. And the price basically just went down. It did have a little bounce, didn't it? Went back to where it started, and then it came down a lot. How far did that come down? So say from the negative down to there. Wow, 57%. A bit more actually. 58, something like that. Okay, that's quite scary. Which brings us to where we are today. Yeah, I can see why he thinks there might be there might be some bigger downside. But we've seen in the past there has been that little thing where there's been a little kind of bump up, first. So what will we see? No idea. Let's have a look at the weekly. So why is that line moved there? Oh, I don't know. I'm getting confused now. All right. Anyway, let's have a look what. So I've just seen some comments that look interesting. Scotty's saying breaking: the UK has scrapped DeFi capital gains tax on crypto lending. No gain, no loss until sale. On crypto lending. Okay, what does that mean exactly? That means that if you're getting right, so you're getting interest on, say, for example, what I used to do with like Hatton Protocol, for example. If I was getting interest by providing collateral, I wouldn't pay capital tax. To be honest, if it's DeFi, they were never going to know anyway, because with DeFi you don't. Yeah, I don't know. If you're doing DeFi, then how? I mean, you generally don't do any KYC. You don't use any emails. You don't tell anybody who you are. You're just a wallet address, aren't you? So, yeah. But yeah, that's what I suppose it's a good thing, isn't it? Yeah. What's the source of that? Might be worth having a look. Makes the space more attractive for the UK. Well, yeah, obviously, which is great. But certainly got a long way to go with the UK anyway. But there you go. All right, so that's that MACD thing. So yeah, I can see why Eric Crane was talking about lower levels. The levels he was talking about, by the way, were kind of like 83.5, possibly as low as like 82. And I really wish I could remember why I'd drawn that orange line there. I have absolutely no idea whatsoever. I want to get rid of it. Anyway, slap Quadzilla on and see what we can see. So rather beautifully, I think this is something Maff was talking about yesterday. The price did retrace. When was that? That was earlier this week, wasn't it? The price did retrace down to this weekly level here rather beautifully. And it is sort of going up a bit from there. Now, will it get to 97? It's possible. It's quite possible, actually, isn't it? I mean, that would have to be between now and Sunday. So how would that work? It's going to be difficult, isn't it, with the US market shut, because there's no kind of like, I don't know, there's not a lot of people. Is there a lot of people trading? I don't know really. But yeah, hard to say. Anyway, so regarding finding a trade for WJM, all right, TMG posted it. Let me have a quick look. Did he post that on X or? So I'm a bit sniffly today. Okay, I can see. Oh, he probably did it on X, didn't he? I used to see a lot of his stuff because he followed me and I followed him. I still follow him, but he unfollowed me. Actually, he unfollowed me and Spud banned me. Anyway, I can't see that at the moment. Oh yeah, I got it. Right. He didn't actually give a source for that, did he? Okay. Scrap DeFi. Let me just have a little Google of it, see if I can find anything. Right, got it on CoinDesk. let's. So I will go here in a moment. Okay, so it says UK proposes no gain, no loss tax rule for DeFi and major win for users. The proposal, with input from major industry players, aims to bring tax rules in line with how DeFi works, reducing outcomes that don't reflect reality. What to know? The UK proposes a no gain, no loss approach to crypto lending and liquidity pool arrangements, deferring capital gains tax until a true economic disposal. The proposal, supported by major industry players, aims to bring tax rules in line with how DeFi works, reducing administrative burden and tax outcomes that don't reflect economic reality. The government will continue consulting with industry players to fine-tune the rules, which could exclude tokenized real-world assets and traditional securities, and may require users to report high volumes of transactions. Okay. How would that work? I mean, I guess this would work with things that aren't completely DeFi, wouldn't it? So, for example, what would an example be? Something like using the DeFi wallet on crypto.com, where although it is DeFi, they still know who you are because of your wallet address, where you've done your KYC. So I guess if you're moving stuff between the DeFi wallet and your normal wallet, then at the moment you have to sort of say where the money came from, even if it's within the crypto.com framework. So I guess that would be that kind of situation. But I guess if you just go to like Uniswap or like, Phantom or Jupiter or something like that and just swap some Solana for whatever, I can't see how anybody could say that's a big volume transaction. We'll tell HMRC about it. I think what it is probably it will be a self thing. So you have to decide if you think you've been if you've been doing something like that. Yeah, well, good luck with that. Okay, but yeah, you're right. It is a step in the right direction, definitely. I'm not sure about the no gain, no loss thing. What does that mean? No gain, no loss. Don't know. Under the current system, when a DeFi user deposits funds into a protocol, even if to monetize those funds or take out a loan against them, the move could be treated as a disposal and trigger capital gains tax. The move could defer capital gains tax. Oh, okay. So if you were to take money from your custodial wallet and put it into a DeFi protocol, then that's classed as being, yeah, okay. Right, yeah, okay. I get it now, I think. In practical terms, this could mean that users who deposit crypto into lending protocols or who contribute tokens to AMMs would no longer be taxed at the point of deposit. Instead, tax would apply when they eventually sell or trade assets in a way that realizes a gain or loss. Okay, that's, yeah, okay. This guy welcomed the outcome on X, noting that HMRC's recognition that DeFi deposits are not disposals is a major win for UK DeFi users. Okay. Anything else? Some warn that alternative models such as treating every token movement as a taxable event or relying on repo-like rules could increase complexity, especially for retail users. Others stress that the need for clear definitions and consistency with how other jurisdictions treat crypto assets. It's worth noting that the process of using DeFi in the UK remains clogged with taxable events, even under the new proposals. Purchasing either ETH, converting that to wrapped ETH, and ultimately liquidating any gains from DeFi activity will still be taxed. I think the problem is it's like it is so complicated, and the people who are coming up with the rules for it don't really understand, how it works in real life, does it? Do they? Anyway, not set a timeline for legislation, but says it will continue engaging with the sector. I think, yeah, they've just got to learn about it and, learn what can be done, really. What they can feasibly do. It's a bit like that, the 3p a mile on electric cars that they brought in yesterday with the budget. I mean, they don't quite know how they're going to do it yet. I mean, I think the idea is when you take your car for an MOT, like I don't know what you call it in other parts of the world. France, it's the control technique or whatever. But the safety check that you do every year, when you do that, they'll check the mileage, and then you get billed because of that somehow. But apparently, these days, actually temporarily changing the mileage on your car is actually easier than it used to be in the olden days. Apparently, you just need one of those OBD scanner things. Anyway, right, cool. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, personal links. Okay, yeah, good. We found that. Ibanji. Yeah, Spud did. Well, no, he don't ban me. He just blocked me. Oh, it's a proposal to. Yeah, okay. Right. 39. Hi, buddy. I have Quadzilla from back in the day. Oh, nice. Where I had to trade on one of those chosen exchanges. Do I still keep my access? I enjoy using it. I see you were doing a paid version too. Yeah, it's been paid for quite a while now. The initial 50 people who were in the Telegram, we did say you wouldn't need to pay for it. Let's see how it goes. For the moment, you can keep your access. We really would prefer it if you use one of the exchanges that we're using. I mean, we don't make a lot from that, but it's going to keep me and Maff interested. And obviously, I'm most concerned that Maff is interested because, he's just brilliant. I think he's just such an asset to this channel. He's just like, well, he's just become the other half, hasn't he, really? For years, this channel's just been just me. But, he is just brilliant. He's such a good coder, thinks very logically, seems like just a damn nice bloke, and he's produced Quadzilla that's just absolutely phenomenal. So I would love for him to be making a little bit of money just from obviously sales of Quadzilla, and also from fees that we get. Well, a proportion of the fees you get by using our exchange links, and they are really good. At the moment we've got a thing going on with Bitunix. In fact, I'll show you the current offer, because the current offer is really good, especially if you 39 SE1 39 SE1. If you're not using Bitunix at the moment, this is like an exchange that you could really benefit from right now, because if you make a deposit and you're a new user, you get 30% bonus. All you have to do is make a deposit and trade once. Just have a look at this. From now until the 21st of December 2025, the new Bitunix campaign is live. Now, this is really good, especially if you're a new user. There are actually 3 campaigns running. Now, the first one is a VIP campaign, which gets you cheaper fees and a lot more advantages. For the new people, there's the deposit reward. You simply make a deposit and you can get 30% cash back. This is the best offer I've ever seen for a deposit reward. And lastly, there's a trading volume reward. Trading volumes are actually quite easy to attain. To give you an example, here's an account that I've got about $2,000 in. And in the last campaign, I managed to achieve a trading volume of 1.7 million just by trading that $2,000. So you can imagine if I had something like $10,000, my trading volume would be more like 8 or 9 million, just to give you an idea. Now, I achieved this by just doing normal trades. I wasn't doing anything crazy like doing 100x trades. In fact, my current one here is a Solana trade, and as you can see, that's quite modest, 12x. Nothing too crazy, just normal trading. So, for example, my 1.7 million trading volume could now get me VIP 5. At VIP 5, you're almost paying 0 fees, which means you can do things like you can compound your gains by taking a small profit when you're only 1 or 2% in profit, and then just repeating that over and over again. And just for the record, if you start off with $2,000, and if you can make 1.7% in a trade, and you do that 365 times, you have over $1 million. If you can achieve $2 million, you get VIP 7, which is both obtainable and extremely desirable. Now, event 2, the deposit bonus is only for new people, unfortunately. But if that's you, you can deposit $100, trade once and get $30 back. You can deposit $500, trade once and get $150 back. You can deposit just $1,000, trade once and get $300 back. Now, you can deposit anything you like. You can deposit USDT, Bitcoin, Solana, whatever you like, or you can even use the buy crypto feature and buy crypto using your bank account or credit card. Now, the last event we ran did have a 20% cashback, and that did apply to existing users, but unfortunately this one, it doesn't. But if you're a new user, grab this while you can. I've never seen a 30% deposit rebate ever. Now, event 3 is open to everybody, and this is where it gets fun. If you can achieve a trading volume of 1 million, which to be honest is super easy. If you're trading with about $1,000, you can do that easily between now and the 21st of December. And you get $50 for that. If you can do 5 million, which is not impossible, you get $300. And beyond that, for the ballers, if you can achieve a $30 million trading volume, you get an Apple Watch Series 11 and AirPods Pro 3. If you can achieve 100 million, you get an iPhone 17 Pro Max. And for the absolute ballers, if your trading volume reaches 150 million, you get a vacation in Dubai, and that includes flights and a 4-star hotel, which is worth $8,000. So who can use Bitunix? Well, if you're in any country in the world except China, North Korea and Iran, and I also think Singapore might be excluded as well. I'm not 100% sure about that. But everywhere else you can use Bitunix, you don't need a VPN. And that includes the UK and the US. If you are going to buy crypto using your bank account or credit card, you will need to pass some verification to do that though. But if you're depositing crypto and just trading straight away, you can be trading within minutes by using just an email and a password. You don't even need to tell them your real name. Now, what I also like about the deposit rewards is a lot of people, if it's the first time they're using an exchange, they might not want to deposit a massive amount. And I've seen other campaigns with different exchanges where it's the first deposit that counts. So if you want to deposit $100 to see if you like the exchange, do that. Do some trades, see if you like it. You'll get $30 anyway for free. And then if you like it, you can deposit $1,000 within the same period and you'll get $300 rather than $30 as a reward. I think that is a really good feature, especially for new users. So how do you do this? Well, just go to savewithcrypto.org/Bitunix. And remember, you've got until December the 21st to do this. But it makes sense to start as soon as possible because you want to get your trading volume up so you can get the VIP status and hopefully plan your vacation to Dubai. So remember, savewithcrypto.org/Bitunix. Right, so there you go. Anyway, that's that. Yeah, no, the Bitunix offer is really good, and I'm actually doing some trades now with the bonus I got from the last one, which I ended up getting $300 actually. So that was pretty cool. There was like $200 from a deposit, and there's $100 from the trading volume. So yeah, pretty cool. But do check that out, savewithcrypto.org/Bitunix. Anyway, let's have a look at something different. Not that, maybe this. Okay. So anyway, that was Bitcoin. Now WJM saying he's finding it hard to get entries this week, and the kind of thing I've been doing is I've got some larger trades where I'm just basically fairly long on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. And then I've got some smaller ones where I'm just doing a bit of like fun sort of scalping, really. Just, if I see a reasonable opportunity, just doing like a little scalp, just taking a few percent and then just doing it over and over again. The way I like to do this is I like to divide the TradingView up into 3, and then look at something like, for example, this morning I was looking at Ethereum. I think it was, what was it? It was that one. They're all the same, aren't they? I think. Yeah. Okay. And then what I do is I tend to look at it on the 1 minute, and then the 3 minute, and then the 12 minute. Okay. Let's just reset that. Okay. Now this all looks a bit squashed up because it's on a little 13-inch MacBook. But so, for example, this morning, I was looking for the price to come back down to a retracement line because it looked like it wanted to go up, but I don't know. It's a bit lackluster today, isn't it? It's a bit sort of, a bit slow. But what I did see was this retracement level here that had been there since last Friday here on the 12-minute time frame. And I was thinking, okay, well, it might go to that. So that was at 3,022. There was this one here on the 3 minute, which was at 3,013. And this one here on the 1 minute is down at 3,000. So I was thinking at some point, it's going to retrace that candle there. So this morning up here, I wasn't thinking about shorts or anything because I do think the price of things will probably go up in the next few days, and then maybe come down. But so I was looking for the price to come back down to this level. So it was going to be somewhere between here and there, wasn't it? So what I did was I set a few orders sort of between 3,022 and 3,005. So I was literally going from like the level there on the 12 minute and level there on the 1 minute. So in fact, I think my average fill was around just over 3,000. So, from there to where we are now, it's up about 0.6%. Now I'm doing that on 5x leverage. So that's actually up. That's up, just like 3 or 4%. And that's all I'm bothered about at the moment. I'll just make 3%, 3 or 4%, and then I'll just probably close that. Just do it again, then look for something else like that. So I tend to do this. At the moment, I'm only really concentrating on Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Solana because everything's kind of following Bitcoin as far as I can see, unless you're doing one of the weird coins like Asta or something like that. If we look at Solana looks quite interesting to me because if we do this again on the 1, 3, and 12 minute, you can see here the 1 minute sort of thing that was quite a way away. That was down at like 139 this morning. It's a very, very similar chart to the Bitcoin one, isn't it? But you can see here, if we reset that, yeah, that didn't. Okay, yeah, the Solana one wasn't so good actually because it came down there. We didn't really have a good retracement level to go for. It didn't get to these two here. I mean, maybe it will later on today on the 1 minute and 3 minute. But I mean, just looking at the chart, you would expect it to sort of retrace to there at some point. So if you're interested in a Solana long, I don't know, maybe that kind of area around there, like 139.5 might be an area worth looking at. And it's always the case where, like, you think, oh, okay, that looks like it's going to go up. It's not going to come down here, but it tends to. And like we know from the stats with Quadzilla that it's very likely that it will. The other thing with Solana as well is if we go to a normal chart like that. Hang on, I've got this. I've got this VWAP on actually. VWAP standard deviation bands version 2. This thing there. Sometimes I find that quite useful as well. So basically, I only tend to sort of go long when it's in this bottom range here, or go short when it's up there. But yeah, sometimes that's useful. Anyway, so what I noticed here was I've been looking at this on like the larger time frames. So for example, on the 1 hour time frame, you can see here that it's the yellow and the green that we're looking for on the EMAs. So this is that's better than I thought actually. So the green EMA is this green line here, and the yellow one is this one here. Okay, now these crossed bullish, so the yellow went above the green on Sunday, Sunday the 23rd. So that was last Sunday, wasn't it? So they crossed bullish then when we were down at $129, and obviously we've come up quite a lot since then. Now, although we've got these retracement lines, I mean, they do sometimes get retraced to, like that one did there, and maybe this one will here as well. But overall, the yellow EMA has stayed above the green, hasn't it? So that means we're in a trend, in an upwards trend. Okay, so that's on the 1 hour. And then what I tend to do when that's on its way up is I tend to just look at the next sort of like, significant time frame upwards. So for example, the 2 hour, well, the 2 hour crossed bullish on Monday. That's good. Okay. So then you think, oh, okay, let's have a look at the 4 hour. Right. Okay. So the 4 hour crossed bullish on Wednesday. And what happens when these EMAs cross? I don't really know why it does, but when they actually cross, the price does tend to pull back a little bit before going back up. And obviously, the bigger the time frame, the sort of slower things happen. So that's the 4 hour. Now the 5 hour, right? This is where it gets pretty funky. So the 5 hour is there, and the 5 hour actually crossed bullish this morning. Well, actually about midnight last night. So that, to me, is quite a bullish sign for Solana. So at this point, I'd be thinking, okay, well, I probably want to wait till this candle closes in another 2 hours and 12 minutes, just to make pretty sure that those EMAs are going to cross nicely. I think they will, but you never know. If that's the case, we could go up quite well. So if I wanted to get into a position there, once again, I'd sort of, take a look at the smaller time frames like the 1. Reset that. Like the 1, 3, and 12. Yeah, okay, cool. And I would be looking around that level there, the 139.5. And if we get something like a wick down to there, I would think that would probably be quite a good entry for a long. Not financial advice or anything, but I think that's what I'm going to be looking for. You can see here that on the 1 minute here, the price went up there, came back down, completed that. That's good. That's that done. So these are working out. You do want to make sure that you can deal with that as well if it happened to 139.14, which obviously here would look 139, we should look there, yeah. So I would say that kind of area there on here. Yeah. So that might be something. Probably other pairs as well that we could look at. Although I might run out of time now, but I kind of need to disappear about 1 o'clock, unfortunately. Let me just have a look at the comments. Right. Okay, so Scotty saying, I think the UK government, along with HMRC, are hoping you voluntarily disclose your DeFi holdings. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, the thing about Quadzilla, I think, is there are probably some strategies where you could actually just say, okay, let's just go long on the super ups and then go close the trade on the super down, or go short on a super down and close the trade on the super up. That would probably work pretty well. But obviously, if you want to sort of dig into it a little bit more, you can find even better results by doing that. I can show you that in a moment. 39, brilliant. Thanks, mate. It's a great indicator. Oh, good. I will continue to use the exchange to trade on also any tap updates. But no, sorry. Questions are great. I love questions. Please do ask away. Tap. I don't know, to be honest. They got a lot of stick the other day because let me find it, because they did. What did they do? So I'm just trying to find it, and then I'll show you. Yeah, there it is. Right. So they did this thing, right? They put this thing here saying, how many times has this happened to you, crypto bros? And it's kind of like, damn, I wish I bought when's I don't know, that doesn't read very well to me. Damn, I wish I'd bought when's the next dip? And then, haha, F, I'm right. What a S coin. And then it went up, right? I mean, what they're actually talking about? Because, yeah, anyway, I had to reply saying, for information, I'm not, and I will never be a crypto bro. PC Bloodstock here saying, probably not the best tweet given the performance of XTP. Come on, please tweet about the utility and benefit of XTP. I've got the problem with XTP that until they've got GBP card loading, I'm just not going to use it in the UK. It will be my holiday card. I'll probably, if I get paid for any work in euros or anything like that, I'll probably just put the euros on that card, and I'll save it up until I go to Spain next summer, or until I go, somewhere else in Europe. Maybe go back to the Alps and Easter, and that's what I use it for. I don't see any point in using it in the UK. So until they sort out the GBP, I just can't see myself using it. On the Telegram, there's two Telegram groups I'm in. There's the official Tap one, and then there's the Tap community one. In the Tap community one, people are like, just saying like, I can't believe this company. They're just like, they just seem so lazy with getting around to doing stuff. I don't know if that's the case, to be honest. Now there is a guy called Roman. See if I can find him. Don't know if I look for Roman. Oh, maybe he's just in. I don't know. Maybe he's in my messages, but there's a guy called Roman who apparently is quite close to Arson, the CEO, and I think what I might try and do is try and get him on a live stream, or at least get him on a video to actually talk about what's actually happening, because I don't know, and it's it seems a bit difficult to sort of ask anything in the actual official tap group without getting banned by that Stalina. So so I'm afraid to ask, really. So unfortunately, I don't know anything about what's going on over there, really. So yeah, I hope something good does happen, but don't know. We'll have to see. Let me get a chart up. So I'm just looking with a different tab. I'll show you this in a moment and see. Right, this is Probit. I think this is the only kind of the only exchange it's on at the moment. I mean, it's so bad. It's not even on anything that you can see on TradingView, as far as I know. So this is the price. Zoom out a bit. Let's go to the weekly. I mean, it's just bloody awful, isn't it? Oh God. Oh, I didn't realize it was that bad, actually. What's the actual? Let's have a look on coin market cap. See what the actual. That is it, isn't it? So fully diluted value of 7 million. Jesus, that's like a meme coin, isn't it? I don't know. I don't actually understand. I mean, they say they're making money now, but I don't actually understand how they are making money. I mean, they say it's from the fees of people using the tap thing as an exchange, but I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know why you would use an app like that as an exchange. I mean, to me, I like to have limit orders and that kind of thing, and I don't want to just blindly swap one token for another, not knowing what kind of slippage is involved. If I'm doing a market order, am I paying over the odds? And from what I've been led to believe, the thing is with tap is like as an exchange, it's expensive. The rates when you change stuff are like really, really bad. So I don't know. I mean, so much got to happen, hasn't it? Because I don't know. I'm actually a premium member now, so I get 6% cash back, but I don't use it because by the time you've gone from like euros to pounds, then back to euros, or is it pounds and euros and back to pounds? By the time you've done that, what you've lost in FX fees is, you might get a bit of it back in the cashback, but the cashback you get is XTP, which we have no idea what it's going to be worth this time next year, and it's locked for 12 months. So I'd just rather use my crypto.com card, really. And yeah, so there you go. So yeah, sorry, I don't have much info about that, but I will try and get hold of that Roman guy and see if I can do something. Right. Is that tap? They made a post a few months ago asking followers to share their worst crypto investment. Talk about shooting yourself in the foot. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that is mad. Everyone answered with XTP. Oh my God. I didn't see that. That's hilarious. Tap social media is run by an absolute snowflake. What did I do? I think it was on X. I think it was. I think I mentioned something like, I mentioned crypto.com. Because I mentioned crypto.com with spelt crypto.com, it made a link, and so they banned me from the Telegram group, and also blocked me on Twitter because they said I'd linked to a competitor, and I had to sort of beg with them to give me back, to sort of reinstate me. And I was saying I didn't mean to drop a link. It's just that's what X does when you type crypto.com. But yeah, they honestly, I kind of get the impression that the social media is just run by kids. So I'm sure it's not actually anybody who actually works. Maybe it's like Arson's kids or something. I don't know, but like, yeah, it's bloody awful. I don't think Tap are even burning supply like they used to either. Probably not. Tap Global is the poster child of how not to run a cryptocurrency exchange. God, yeah, I unfortunately have still got a lot actually. Swissborg, yeah, I've noticed Swissborg doing well actually. I'll look at that in a moment. Saving grace at the cap is so low, and hopefully a FOMO event might even get my investment back. Yeah, I mean, I actually locked my XDP on the app last year for two reasons. One, I actually thought that we might actually get the GBP card loading. Didn't happen. So I thought if that was the case, I'd probably actually use the card because you get like 6% cash back or whatever. The second reason was I thought if I do that, it's going to stop me selling it because I don't want to sell it at a loss. And yeah. And then I also thought if I do it now, because I did that on June the 1st last year, I thought like, it's probably going to be June the 1st, 2026 by the time they sort out the GBP card loading. I don't actually think it's going to be that soon, to be honest. But if it is, then, maybe I'll be using it by then. And if I don't like it, I'll be able to sort of understake in June. So there's that. But yeah, I do actually want my XCP to be liquid again soon, just in case that kind of thing happens. He seriously is an arson. He is indeed. FCA in UK does not help, so it's not all Tap's fault, but they could seriously do with a marketing campaign. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But how come, like, Uphold seem to be able to deal with the UK okay, and crypto.com, I've got a UK crypto.com card. Admittedly, I did have to change it when I moved back from France. I did actually have to get another card, and they did want 50 quid to do that, which was a bit annoying, but I'm kind of glad I did because I've certainly had my money back anyway. But I think now I think I get 4%, or was it 5% cash back now? So it's gone up anyway from what it was a year ago. So that's cool. Yeah, let's have a quick look at Swissborg, because I did notice that the other day that was doing all right. Right. Let's just go to a cleanish chart. I know it's not clean, is it? Let's have a look for Borg. I did notice the other day, I was watching one of the Swissborg, they don't call them AMAs, do they? What they call it, a powwow, isn't it? I was watching one of those, and it was it was Cyrus saying, he was talking about the Bitcoin price, because he was saying that somebody the other day like dumped like $500,000 worth of Swissborg, which brought the price down quite a lot. And he said, like, the thing is, they're not on any exchanges, so there are no market makers involved. So the price just does what the price does, So that's probably worth bearing in mind. But I mean, this to me just seems like a solid investment. I actually bought most of my Swissborg around about sort of like I think it was about 12 cents or something. Not sure now. It was back in 2020 when I bought most of mine. So 20. Oh yeah, it might have been. Yeah. Pretty sure it was around about 6 cents or something like that. So I've been happy ever since. Of course, what would have made sense was if I'd have if I'd have offloaded it when it was like 166 and then bought it back in then. But how would I have known? Well, how would I have known? I wonder if Quadzilla on the monthly would have helped. Let's have a look. To be fair, it's not exactly obvious because you just haven't got the history there, have you? Although that would have given you a good buy opportunity there in November 22 and also there September 2023. That's a mid-range cross, meaning the price is probably going to go up, and it did. So I've got the weekly again. You see, even with assets that aren't giving like really obvious kind of like Quadzilla signals to you, you can keep an eye on this convergence band here, and if you see it go over this 80% mark here, you know it is showing that the asset is very much sort of overbought, and it might reverse, and it certainly did there, didn't it? Not so much here, but obviously that was on its way down, wasn't it? But, what does that look like to you now? It looks like it's done that retracement there, hasn't it? Down to 26.5 cents. It's done that. And it's going back up. And it's on the 3-day. 3-day, this convergence band came right down here. And then it looks like it wants to go up now. This green band here, the green bands that don't go for the entire width there, that's a mid-range cross, which means that there's a bullish trend and the convergence band is in the middle here. So it's not particularly overbought or oversold, but there is, there is momentum to the upside, and you can see that here. Yeah, I'd say Swissborg is looking pretty good at the moment. The question is, what do I do if it goes up there? I don't know. I feel like I need to make more of my Swissborg literally just by sort of buying and selling, really. But of course, the worry is it goes up, you sell it, and then it goes up even more. So I have to see what happens there. Okay, right. I'm probably going to have to go in a minute. Let me just have a look at the comments. Swissborg did say over a year ago that they were looking to integrate a Visa MasterCard, but I'm still waiting. Cyrus did mention that a little while ago, and I'm pretty sure that as a Genesis user, I clicked something a while ago to sort of say, let me know when it's ready. And also, Cyrus did say in one of the powwows a little while ago, he said, it is happening, but it's not going to be quick. So don't expect it to be weeks. It'll be a bit longer. And that is because of regulations and stuff like that. But yeah. Scotty's go. Yeah, I've got to go as well, actually. But take care. All right, take care, everyone. Yeah, right. So today actually is Black Friday, and I'm slightly stunned by the fact that there's only been like 2 or 3 people who've actually taken advantage of the Black Friday Quadzilla offer. So we are running it until the end of the month, which is Sunday night, isn't it? So we obviously will be working and stuff over the weekend. So get in touch between now and Sunday if you want the Black Friday offer. But let's have a look at that. The Quadzilla Black Friday sale is now live, and it's live until the end of November. This gives you a massive 40% discount on the annual fee. This means if you're paying in dollars, you're getting it for $49 a month. If you're paying in euros, it's 42 euros a month. And if you're paying in pounds, it's just £36 a month. This gives you full access to this amazing indicator and also full access to our Discord community. And this is where you can get trading ideas, discuss your trading ideas, ask questions. And remember, the only stupid question is the one you don't ask. We have this winning trade section here, which has some phenomenal wins like 73%, 24%, 114%, 47%, 20%. They keep going on. Some of the wins here are absolutely phenomenal. People are making lots of money in our Discord community. So if you want to become a profitable trader and you want to make your next trade profitable, head over to savewithcrypto.org/QZ. We'll see you over there. Cool. All right. I think I'm going to head out actually. So it was actually, strangely enough, there's a bit of sunshine out there, so I'm going to make the most of that. Maybe get back home for New York Open, even though it's only going to be a half day. All right. So thank you everyone for coming along. Please do make sure you give the live stream a like. Make sure you're subscribed and you've got notifications on all. Any questions, just leave them in a comment on any video and I'll get back to you. And above all, have a great weekend. We'll see you back on Monday. I might do a little live stream over the weekend, but if I do, it might be one of the sort of like laid back ones, like Saturday night or something, maybe. Or maybe we'll do an end of month. Yeah, maybe I'll do that sort of end of month stream on Sunday night or something. And see how it goes. All right. There's a little ding on my phone. That was no, it wasn't. It wasn't. I thought it was math, but it wasn't. But so take care, everyone. Have a great weekend. Trade safe. Do take advantage of the Bitunix offer and also the Quadzilla offer. And above all, tell your friends. All right. Take care. Bye.